Two sisters from a frozen land. Anna plays music when you hold both hands. Elsa's musical magic and sparkling light, shimmering like snow and ice, together a duet delight.
Hello doll fans and welcome back to Beauty Inside a Box. Today, as you may or may not have been able to tell from my amazing costume, we're going to be talking about Frozen. More specifically, we're going to be talking about the insane history of the Frozen doll line. Let me give you a proper look at my dress. Look at this. I feel so elegant. Look at the cape. Anyway, Frozen was released on November 27th, 2013. It recently celebrated its 10th anniversary, and even though I'm a little bit late to the party, I thought we could look back through the evolution of the Frozen doll lines and all the ups and downs this doll line has had. There are so many twists and turns on this journey, with the unexpected success of the Frozen film leading to a Frozen doll shortage, the creation of endless weird fake Frozen dolls, and even a haunted Elsa doll. We've got a lot to discuss today. But first of all, if you love dolls and Disney as much as I do, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and check me out on Instagram and TikTok, and also check out my Patreon. I have 7 exclusive videos on my Patreon now. My most recent video was all about my trip to the London Fashion Doll Fair, and I also have many different collection videos, including a room tour. So if you want to check out my Patreon, subscription starts from just £3, so what have you got to lose? Anyway, let's talk about Frozen. Frozen, Disney's unexpected success. Frozen was released right before Christmas in 2013, which is crazy to me. It feels like only yesterday, but anyway. And it was pretty much instantly a massive success. It made $1.3 billion at the box office and became the most successful animated film of all time, and the 5th highest grossing film at the time. The success was in no small part thanks to the catchy song Let It Go. The song topped the US Billboard Hot 200 for 13 consecutive weeks. Let It Go was basically inescapable at the time. It was on the radio, it was in car commercials, it was in parody videos, performed at every opportunity, won countless awards. There were news stories about it and so much more. Let It Go was everywhere. For Frozen's young fans, at the time it was like a religion, and Elsa was their god. Kids would absolutely fiend after anything Frozen related. I remember going to take a kid I was babysitting at the time to go and see the film when it came out, and for some reason the lights were on in the cinema the whole time, which was really annoying. The little boy I was babysitting quite liked the film, but I didn't. It may surprise you to hear that I don't like Frozen, since the way I'm dressed currently. And don't get me wrong, Let It Go is a certified bop. And the animation is really pretty, but I think overall the film is just a hot mess. It really annoys me that at the time lots of people were applauding Elsa as the first feminist Disney princess. And I'm sorry, but no. Mulan saved China. Pocahontas risked her life to save John Smith. Belle risked her life to save the Beast. Elsa, on the other hand, abandoned her sister and her kingdom the second there was the slightest suggestion of trouble. Like a 6-year-old having a tantrum and going off to sulk in their room. Also, it really annoys me that it's meant to be a film about, sisters and their bond, but, Anna and Elsa spend, none of the film together. They're always apart. I kind of wish Disney had been brave enough to make Elsa a proper villain with, a redemption arc, instead of making her kind of quite passive in her own story. I also find Anna quite annoying. And the sequel is even more of a mess. But anyway. And with most Disney films, of course, we need merchandise. And that includes dolls. The first Frozen dolls released in regular stores were made by Mattel. And they were unfortunately quite lackluster, in my opinion. Unsurprisingly, Mattel lost the rights to make any Disney dolls soon after this. And I think part of the reason for that is because they really fumbled the bag with the Frozen dolls. Mattel made basic dolls of Anna and Elsa, which look kind of like nothing like them. They look like aliens. I have one of the original Anna dolls here, and I don't think it really looks like her, and it's just like quite cheap and tacky feeling, but yeah. They also had painted on clothes, limited articulation, and pretty bad hair quality. Mattel's second release of basic Anna and Elsa dolls were even worse because they removed their capes. And I don't know about you, but even as a 4-year-old, you know, if a character has like a long flowing cape, I absolutely would have wanted my doll to have a long flowing cape. As you can see, I have these two very early releases of the Anna and Elsa doll. This one is one of the very first releases, you can tell because she has her cape. And this Elsa doll was a slightly later release because she doesn't have her cape. She just has this like thing sewn onto the front of her dress. It's not even on the back. And also, as I said before, their faces just aren't right. Like, she looks like one eye is looking over there, one eye is looking over there. Anyway. They also made singing dolls, color change dolls, ice skating dolls, dolls which came with second outfits, dolls which shot plastic ice from their hands, sets with Anna and Elsa, and sets with Anna and Kristoff. Mattel made a lot of different dolls. The Disney Store also released some, in my opinion, much nicer dolls of Anna and Elsa. And here they are. These are the very first Disney Store Anna and Elsa dolls. I love how long Elsa's hair is. Anna has her cape and gloves and hat, which is kind of impressive because most dolls after this will get rid of her gloves and her hat, and some will even get rid of her cape. But, you know, I really love these details, and the face molds are much better. One thing I will say though is, like, for some reason Elsa's skin is really, really blue here. This is like the bluest Elsa doll I've ever seen. They also made a Kristoff and a Hans doll, and these are really cute. Again, the details are really, really nice here. Look at the details on his gloves, and he has his little hat. In fact, you know, Kristoff looks really cozy here. I want to wear this outfit in the winter. Hans looks really great too, but interestingly, the Disney Store stopped making Hans dolls in 2017. My mum also got me this set for Christmas 2013, which came with Anna and Elsa in their Coronation Day outfits. The Disney Store also made limited edition dolls, which are now incredibly rare and expensive, as there were only 2,500 made. The only listing I could find for the limited edition Elsa doll from 2013 on eBay cost $2,220. That's a lot of money. The Disney Store also made many, many, many other limited edition Frozen dolls after these ones. A lot of them are really, really expensive on eBay, but none are as expensive as the original ones. Interestingly, the Disney parks only ever once made exclusive Frozen dolls, and that was in 2019. The Great Frozen Doll Shortage. Even though the Mattel Frozen dolls weren't very impressive, in my opinion, they were still in very, very high demand when the film came out, and quickly begun running out of stock everywhere. Same with the Disney Store dolls. Some Disney stores even ran lotteries on a Saturday morning to win exclusive Frozen merch, including dolls. Most stores also only allowed shoppers to purchase 2 Frozen dolls at a time to try and discourage resales. As I mentioned before, the Disney Store limited edition Anna and Elsa dolls were being resold for £3,000, even in 2013. Elsa was, of course, the most popular character, which apparently Disney hadn't prepared for. They were expecting Anna to be the more popular sister, which might have contributed to the lack of Elsa stock. The merchandise sales had been nearly double what 2010's Tangled had managed to achieve. Stock levels had started to normalize by the summer of 2014, but I found an article by USA Today talking about the Frozen merchandise shortage, which was released in November 2014, a whole year after the film had been released. A year later, and people were still struggling to find Elsa dolls. Apparently, toy companies have to start work on movie merchandise over a year before the film comes out, usually using 10-minute clips of the film. This can make it really hard to tell if the film is going to be a hit or not. So when supplying the merchandise, it really is just a guessing game when you're deciding how much to make. So I bet these issues with meeting the Frozen doll demand had a part to play in why Disney removed their licensing agreement with Mattel in 2015. Not all of the dolls that Mattel made were bad. Like this Disney Signature Collection doll set of Anna and Elsa, like, these are quite nice dolls. I think Disney did well with these. Attack of the Fake Frozen Dolls. Unfortunately for Disney, their inability to meet demands for the Frozen dolls left a massive hole in the market for cheap, knockoff Frozen dolls to fill. I have made many videos on this channel where I open fake Frozen dolls. Dolls like this set here. I'm planning on opening this in a future video. But yeah, as you can see, they're a little bit off model. This doll set is not from the Disney store, but from Fashion Store. In 2014, fake Frozen dolls were confiscated by Trading Standards officials at Dover in the UK because they contained harmful chemicals that could cause cancer, birth defects, and infertility in men.
At a first glance, this colourful selection might look fairly innocent, but it's actually part of more than 5,000 dangerous items seized from a huge consignment at Dover. Including more than 400 counterfeit dolls based on the Disney hit Frozen, the haul also included 3,000 Christmas lights likely to give electrical shocks, and 1,000 Peppa Pig puffaballs leaking an unidentified chemical.
In 2020, a similar issue occurred when more harmful fake Frozen dolls were confiscated when entering the UK. Some had harmful chemicals, whilst others had batteries that were only fastened with tape and could easily be removed and swallowed by children. As I mentioned before, I've opened a lot of fake Frozen dolls on this channel, and I'm starting to worry that the dolls in these news reports are looking very similar. Frozen Fever dolls. In 2015, Disney released the 8-minute short Frozen Fever in an attempt to, as quickly as possible, capitalize again on the success of Frozen. It was shown before the live-action Cinderella remake. I didn't love this short either, I'm sorry. There's just like a disconnect between me and the Frozen brand. Frozen Fever focused on Elsa being ill, but she was acting like she was drunk or something. Mattel was still clinging on to the Frozen license at that time, so they released some dolls, including individual releases of Anna and Elsa. Disney had very cleverly given both the girls new outfits for this short so that they could release new dolls. The Disney store also released a doll set of Anna and Elsa in their spring-themed outfits. There were two versions of the Disney Store Frozen Fever doll set released. In one, Elsa has a much greener outfit, and I think I prefer the greener outfit. Like, it's very spring themed. The Disney Store also released a big gift set and limited edition dolls, of course, and they also released singing dolls, Frozen Hasbro dolls. When Mattel lost the rights to make Disney dolls, Hasbro snatched up the rights from Disney, and in 2016, Hasbro started releasing Disney Princess and Frozen dolls for the first time, and Frozen Fever dolls were some of the first dolls to be released. This led to an interesting time when some stores would have Mattel dolls and Hasbro dolls on shelves at the same time. I remember fans not being incredibly impressed with the Hasbro Disney dolls because of their cartoony, stylized proportions, but I actually think that the modern CGI princesses and the Frozen girls worked quite well with this new style because they already tend to have like big oversized heads and oversized eyes. I personally liked the Hasbro dolls because, at least when they started, they had removable clothes and they felt high quality. Hasbro made a whole bunch of different Frozen dolls, including 2-packs, dolls with extra fashions, light-up dolls, singing dolls, color change dolls, and loads more. Unfortunately, in 2019, the quality of the Hasbro dolls started to decline, and most of the basic Frozen dolls would have painted on plastic clothes. The only Hasbro Frozen dolls that I have are these, like, special collector's edition ones. And you know what? Hasbro did well with these. Like, they're really high quality. They have good articulation. They have really nicely made clothes. Yeah, Hasbro did well with these. Olaf's Frozen Adventure. In November 2017, Olaf's Frozen Adventure, which was a Christmas-themed short, was released and shown before the Pixar film Coco. The short was 21 minutes long, which is pretty long when you consider the last Frozen short was only 8 minutes, and a lot of viewers complained about the length, especially in Mexico. Which is understandable because I can imagine a lot of people in Mexico wanting to see Coco because it's set in Mexico. But anyway, some cinemas even stopped showing the short and issued apologies, while others put up signs trying to warn audiences about the length of the short. Even though people didn't like Olaf's Frozen Adventure, of course, Disney still made dolls, and Anna and Elsa, of course, got new outfits. Here are my Disney Store like Christmas Frozen dolls. They're actually really nice. I love this kind of like fake leather material they've used. Anna looks really cute here. And Elsa, of course, looks really cool here as well with her cape. The Disney Store also made limited edition Olaf's Frozen Adventure Frozen dolls. And Hasbro, of course, made dolls too. And I actually think the Hasbro dolls here look really nice, like really high quality. Frozen 2. Frozen 2 was released in 2019, and Disney was not going to make the same mistakes they made with stocking the Frozen dolls this time. And they released a tidal wave of Frozen dolls. Hasbro made a ridiculous amount of Frozen 2 dolls. They, of course, made Anna and Elsa dolls with loads of different gimmicks and gift sets with extra characters. They even made dolls of Anna and Elsa's parents. They made dolls of Honey Miriam, Ryder, and the Lieutenant. The Disney Store made dolls as well, including individual dolls which could sing. Again, Disney Store just always does a really nice job. The Disney Store also made 2-packs, and one of the 2-packs wasn't released until after the film had come out because it involved a spoiler. Spoiler warning, by the way. This is the 2-pack here, and as you can see, the spoiler was that Anna would become queen by the end of the film. So this set was only released after the film came out. The Haunted Elsa doll. In 2020, a mum from Houston shared a post on Facebook about how her daughter's Elsa doll would start singing and speaking in Spanish while she was switched off.
Ojalá jugáramos en la nieve todo el tiempo. Hacer magia con nieve juntas es muy divertido. A mi hermana Ana y a mí nos gusta jugar en la nieve dentro del castillo. Soy la princesa.
3 times they threw the doll out, and it would somehow find its way back into their house. The last time it happened while they were on holiday. In the end, they sent the doll to their friend's house, and it is currently strapped to the front of his car where it can't escape. That is absolutely wild. Who would have thought? Haunted Elsa doll. Defrosting Mattel. After nearly 10 years of being excluded from creating Disney dolls, Mattel outbid Hasbro and re-entered a partnership with Disney. There was a lot of excitement and speculation about the dolls Mattel would create, and when we finally got a sneak preview, the fans' reaction was a resounding meh. These dolls only came out last year in 2023, and I remember just thinking, they're not that different from what Hasbro was bringing us. Like, what's the point? Although their head molds were definitely an improvement. Images were released recently of a new Winter Festival themed line for Frozen, which is due to come out this year. Is Frozen's success starting to melt? At first, of course, Frozen was a massive, massive success, and it managed to sustain that success for a really, really, really long time. Anna and Elsa have been so successful that they were both omitted from becoming Disney princesses because Disney felt that their success could stand alone. Sometimes they would be included in Disney Princess merchandise, but often with a deliberate blue border around them, separating them from the other princesses. When Frozen celebrated its 10th anniversary, it would seem that Frozen hype has finally started to fade. We did get a couple of doll sets to celebrate their 10th anniversary, including one made by Mattel, which was really nice, and one made by the Disney Store. So there we have it, doll fans. I spoke about the strange evolution, the weird history of the Frozen doll line. Please let me know what you think of Frozen and Anna and Elsa and the Frozen dolls in the comments. Also, don't forget to like this video if you enjoyed it, subscribe to my channel if you're new here, check me out on Instagram and TikTok. Also, don't forget to check out my Patreon, and I will see you very, very soon. Now, I need to take this itchy costume off my body. Thank you to Siren Kelly, Sunny, Bobby, Cheryl, Imani, Tracy, Jico, Patty Heiss, Anna, Jordan, Cynthia, Raina Ray, Petra, Desi, Michael, and @dolls_on-the-go. And thank you to all my other Patreon supporters. Your support means everything.